obviously you've come a long way to be here in the capital region with an Irish upbringing. How do you think that might differ growing up in that environment as a soccer player than, say, maybe in England?
Well, actually, I grew up in Northern Ireland and I played in England. That's where I done my trade with Portsmouth, where they were in the Premier League, and the training was tremendous. Growing up, the football wise, it's, as I'm saying here, it's more they're more into their hockey, but I think we're slowly winning the fans over to become more soccer. But yeah, the difference would be just here we're trying to catch up to what they do in England.
Now for you, obviously, as we mentioned, Irish born, you played for your under 16 team, under 23 team. What does it mean to represent your nation on that level?
It's a really proud moment every game you play for your country, because it's not just you, your family are so proud, and when the national anthem comes on and at the start of the game, it's a really proud moment, and the first game is just as good as your last game.
How is it that you wound up here in Edmonton?
It's just after me and my wife we got married 2 years ago, and the two of us just wanted to move, have a new lifestyle and get a new scenery. So that's when we looked at moving abroad, and when we looked at everything, Canada was the best place to come to, and I have connection with Edmonton through Asmir Begovic, the Stoke goalkeeper. I lived with him in England, and that's how I got to know Edmonton, and that's where it all stemmed from.
Now, on a personal level, you mentioned you and your wife moved here a couple of years ago. You've had an opportunity to really embrace what Edmonton and Canada has to offer, but I'm sure you still notice differences or things that seem peculiar to you. What still stands out now, 2 years later?
The only thing that stands out, it's still everything here is just bigger and better than back home.
Right answer, by the way.
Yeah, I know I don't want to say that to my own country, but it is. But the people here they're so nice. I can't get over how nice the Canadian people are. Even when I go to America, you can tell the difference between the two people. But that's the thing that stands out at the moment. Everyone's so nice, so helpful and positive, and that's the thing that stands out the most.
What is the biggest difference in terms of training, in terms of what you see on the field overseas versus what people might see here in Edmonton?
I think it's just a lot more experience, because I've been in the game a lot longer back in Britain, and it's just the experience and knowledge that the people have over there, just because they've been doing it for so long. But over here we are definitely catching up, and it's getting closer. But as you can see, the young players that we have here, the training must be really good, because the young players here are exceptional really in our team. First of all, it's your movement. I think you have to make space for yourself, get away from the defender, and that's the first thing that you have to do. And obviously, once you get the ball, the next thing is the execution of the technique that you're using to try and hit your target, and that's how you score your goals.
What would you say to those kids out there who are looking to jump into soccer and might have aspirations of making it big and following in your footsteps?
Yeah, if they've got a passion for soccer, then try their best and become a soccer player. If they've got a passion for hockey, then I suppose they have to win the hockey, and I think that's the best for any kid. But I think with our performances this year, it's actually helped the crowds starting to grow slowly but surely, and for any young kid to come out and watch a game, and an exciting game, then I think they'll buy into loving soccer a little bit more.
All right, and I'm sure that you'll be finding the back of the net in that next game, like you most so often do. It's Daryl Fordyce with FC Edmonton. Go Eddies.